What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and in today's video I'm here to talk to you guys some more about Kunimitsu. As you guys know, I'm very excited for this character, and I can't wait to play her, man. Although I guess I do literally have to wait, considering that she's not releasing until the end of the month. But you know, it is what it is. But we got a gameplay trailer for her last night at Evo Japan, or last night as of the recording of this video. I'm not sure when exactly I'm posting this, but last night we got to see her gameplay, as well as, you know, alternate costumes, like her 4 default in-game costumes, which all look phenomenal in my opinion. I know some people have some strong opinions one way or the other. I think they all look incredible. But we also got a little bit insight about some of her lore, and we also got this official blog post from Tekken that gives more insight about the character, her battle style, her lore, her story, and everything like that. So I figured we could go ahead and jump in together today and take a look through this. So, Tekken 8 Kunimitsu gameplay trailer released. Get a closer look at Kunimitsu's appeal from the development team. At Evo Japan 2026, the gameplay trailer for Kunimitsu, the first additional character of Season 3, was revealed. We asked the development team about the highlights and key points of the trailer. This article introduces Kunimitsu's revamped battle style and her relationship with Reina, which I'm very interested in. I really want to know what's going on there. Reina's story is already something that I was really interested in, generally speaking, and we're probably going to have to wait until Tekken 9 to ever find out more, at least in terms of like actual story updates. But now you're throwing Kunimitsu into the mix and her and Reina got something going on. I'm all over that because I love both of these characters. So we obviously got the gameplay trailer. We're not going to go back through that today. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm sure I'll have it linked maybe in the description down below, and also the title card at the end of this video. We can go see my reaction to the original trailer, or to the official trailer. But yeah, trailer highlights. Please tell us about Kunimitsu's preferred battle style. Kunimitsu fights using swift movements and acrobatic martial arts. Furthermore, she employs special stances to surprise opponents and take the initiative in matches. While she excels at agile attacks and tricky maneuvers, precise situational awareness is crucial for effectively utilizing her stances. She offers a deeply rewarding gameplay experience, recommended for players who enjoy unique, ninja-like actions and those who prioritize precise control and mind games in their playstyle. It's interesting because Kunimitsu is a character that some people would have described as a Tekken 8 character. I feel like that's a phrase I literally heard get thrown around back then. It's like, oh, she's already playing Tekken 8. And I've seen people say that, you know, she's going to be very similar to how she already was in Tekken 7 because she was playing Tekken 8 already anyway, which is a bit interesting because one of the reasons why Kunimitsu was actually so hated in Tekken 7 was not only because she was strong in the stances and everything like that in the mix-ups, but more so her movement. You know, the strongest and most effective strategy that we saw at high level amongst players like Speed Kicks, even further beyond, like on the Evo stage with like Arslan, Ash, and Al, was backdashing. You know, the name of the game and the way people looked at the way that people look at Tekken 7, you know, retroactively, is that it was a game of running away. And that often was the case, but we all saw it, right? How many grand finals did you see where you're on Infinite Azure 2 and there's a Kunimitsu just backdashing the whole time? You know what I mean? So it's interesting because that is not the MO for Tekken 8. It's actually a very aggressive game, and it looks like it's going to lean a lot more into those stance transitions and mix-ups and everything like that. She looks like a very fluid, very flashy character that I'm looking forward to quite a lot. But y'all already knew that. In the trailer, high-speed dashes like her set stance and stance scissors facing backward were quite impressive. How does Kunimitsu develop her offense? Kunimitsu is a character who builds her offense by repeatedly transitioning between her special stances, hats on, and facing backwards. Centered around, I'm just gonna call it set stance. A high-speed dash that quick, you know what, hold on. Setsu Nagake. Okay, I can't pronounce it, I just was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, set stance. Quickly closes the distance to her opponent, forcing them to make difficult decisions. In Tekken 8, by utilizing new moves and heat engages accessible from each stance, she can unleash offense unique to Kunimitsu, focusing on her stances. Leveraging these techniques to vary the tempo of her attacks and shake opponents with unconventional movements allow her to more easily dictate the pace of the match. However, if her actions are read by the opponent, her offense tends to be interrupted easily. Therefore, to maintain an advantageous situation, it is crucial to consider the timing of set and her stances while discerning the opponent's actions. So obviously some people are going to look at this and be like, oh my god, just what the game needs, more stance lock, etc, etc. And like, I feel you. So here's the thing. Tekken 8's unique and interesting in the sense that, I don't know if unique is really the word, but it's certainly interesting because I've always loved stance characters, you know what I mean? And I certainly love characters that have unique movement options like she kind of does with Set. And it's definitely something where it's like, it's excessive. There is so much as too much of a thing, and even if you have a lot of something that you like, at some point you can get sick and tired of it. So Huo, obviously a character that I've always loved, and I play stance characters in a lot of the games that like I've tried out. I like that archetype. It's just in Tekken 8 when it's like every character is like that, it's like, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. Kunimitsu was like this in Tekken 7, and so I'm just kind of, that's another thing as well. It's one thing when a character that traditionally wasn't a stance character becomes a stance character. You know, like why is Jack mixing me up with these different stances? I don't understand. But a character like Kunimitsu, which she's Kunimitsu 2 at that, like she was a stance character when she was introduced, so it's kind of like easier to accept, I guess, that this is the way she is because that's the way she's been. You know what I mean? Similarly with like Whoa, or like better yet, even with Reina, like Reina was introduced in this game and she was just like that from the get-go, so it's kind of just easier to like to digest, I guess. That's at least that's how I feel. Y'all let me know if you feel any different. The ninja showdown scene with Raven in the trailer was a truly spectacular exchange. Could you tell us about the specific elements you focus on to make her shine as a ninja, starting with this presentation? This is interesting as well because this interaction led people to believe that Kunimitsu's father is actually Victor, which wouldn't really make a lot of sense, so I want to see if they elaborate here a little bit more on that. And so it says, let's see if you're worthy to be called a ninja. In Tekken 8, Kunimitsu's ninja-like presentation was enhanced, aiming to make her appealing not only to ninja fans, but also to those unfamiliar with the theme, inspiring them to think, I want to try playing her. Special emphasis was placed on fire-related expressions, with new techniques added that visually evoke a ninja image, such as a move where flames swirl up when she forms a hand seal, and a technique reminiscent of the original Kunimitsu where she spews fire, which I guess was this move. That was the move in the trailer. I was like, what on earth is this? That's pretty sick though. I don't remember seeing this shot in the trailer, but that looks really cool. During heat, she dons flames around her neck like a scarf, which looks so sick. Again, like the installs, like I really don't think Tekken needs installs at all. There's a few things that you can just completely remove from Tekken 8, and I think the game would be better off. One of them being installs, the other thing being guard breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just certain things like you just completely remove those, I think the game immediately becomes better. But as I said in my reaction video, I do abide by the rule of cool, and that flame scarf is cool as hell. I ain't gonna lie. This allows for easier pressure on opponents by utilizing... Oh wait, hold on, I skipped over a line. During heat, she dons flames around her neck like a scarf and gains access to special techniques with her tooth-length swords. This allows for easier pressure on opponents by utilizing their long reach for offense, enabling a more aggressive playstyle. Through these visual enhancements and added techniques, she has become a character where players can experience the essence of a ninja not only in appearance, but also in terms of play feel. In the trailer, we depicted a high-speed, intense battle that only two ninja characters, Kunimitsu and Raven, could showcase. While focusing on making it enjoyable as a pure visual spectacle, we also aim to convey the intricacy and dynamism of Tekken 8 to fighting game fans who may not have played the Tekken series through this fast-paced action. And yeah, then we get a scene here from her rage art, which, yeah, this is, this is way over the top, but it looks sick. They did not actually acknowledge the thing about her father at all here, which I was hoping for, but it is what it is. I'm sure we'll find out more about that later. Regarding her design, what image was pursued for costume 1? And again, her design has been somewhat controversial. Controversial feels like a strong word, but for lack of a better one, like I said, I've just seen a fair amount of criticism for her in like YouTube comment sections and of course on Twitter. Then again, when you're making your judgments based off Twitter, everything seems negative because everybody's an armchair therapist, psychologist, critic, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I think it's sick. Some people don't, but whatever. If you don't like it, you can just customize her anyway. Just like with Eddie, like obviously when Eddie released, the hair was very controversial, but you know what I did as soon as the character came out? Swapped out the hairstyle. I actually really like his base costume. I just changed the hairstyle to the old one and boom, we're good to go. As for Kunimitsu, as this Kunimitsu 2 is a student, okay, like I read that weird and it didn't sound right, but that is how they wrote it. Is a student at Mishima Polytechnical School. The design aimed to emphasize a more youthful image compared to the original Kunimitsu. The key colors are based on red and white, chosen to be particularly vibrant with a Japanese aesthetic, making her refreshed costume immediately noticeable. Youthful, modern elements like her sneaker style shoes are also... Okay, so like I acknowledged in the trailer that, you know, it's very loud and vibrant for sure, which is not very ninja-like, or I guess what some people think of when they think of ninjas, but I think it's cool. Youthful, modern elements like her sneaker-style shoes are also characteristic. Additionally, the motif of the nine-tailed fox is incorporated into various parts of her outfit, so please pay close attention to every detail. Moving on, we got some concept art here, which looks really, really cool. Oh my god, this is super zoomed in. Yeah, man, people can say whatever they want. I'm sorry. Like, you know the meme of like, oh, this thing fucking sucks. And it's a guy pointing at like wearing a hat that says like coolest thing ever or something like that. Like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, y'all gonna have to hold that. Y'all definitely gonna have to hold that. Could you also tell us about Costume 3, which features a distinctive combination of a school uniform and mechanical elements? And yeah, it's it's definitely a bit odd seeing it all come together, but some people really not rocking with the whole Gundam looking cyberpunk ninjas aesthetic schoolgirl thing, but I'm here for it. Also, we have another image here. It's the actual in-game look. Honestly, looks better in-game than it does in the concept art, to me personally. That's just me though. Costume 3's concept is based on Kunimitsu's background as a Mishima Polytechnical School student. By equipping gear that Kunimitsu likely developed herself, it features a daringly arranged design of the Mishima Polytechnical School uniform from previous titles. Players are encouraged to freely interpret and enjoy elements such as whether this represents Kunimitsu's unique uniform commuting style. There were also scenes hinting at a rivalry between Kunimitsu and Reina. What kind of relationship do these two share? Definitely want to know more about this. Kunimitsu accepts heist requests from clients worldwide. Through a particular assignment, she enrolls in Mishima Polytechnical School to investigate the internal affairs of Mishima Zaibatsu. At school, by feigning excellence and good conduct, she is elected vice president of the student council. Utilizing this title, she steals administrative access to the school's servers and uncovers that a certain student is using an alias. That student was Reina, who had been using the surname Yaotome. Which is interesting because I don't know, granted, I haven't read the character bios for every character in Tekken, so I don't know, do we even know about this name prior to this? Because I've just known her as Reina Mishima. We all know that she's a Mishima, right? And this is kind of the Yaotome name. I either just completely overlooked, wasn't aware of, missed that part, or are we hearing this for the first time? Pretty cool though. My question is, how old are Kunimitsu 2 and Reina? I don't understand. Are they actually teenagers? Are they a bit older and pretending to be teenagers? Is Polytechnical? I actually don't know. Is Mishima Polytechnical School a college or a high school? I was under the impression that it's a high school, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I actually had to look into this because I genuinely was curious. So I pulled up the Tekken wiki, and under the trivia section, if I could go ahead and so Katsuhiro Harada stated that Mishima Polytechnic was created due to Jin's age being overlooked during the development of Tekken 3, as Jin would have been 19 at the time and above the expected age of a standard high school student, despite being designed wearing the uniform of a high schooler. As such, the school became a technical school which would offer post-high school education. That would make a lot of sense. Now, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate this is, but I mean, I'm just gonna take it at face value here. But yeah, that makes everything make a bit more sense to me personally. So it's it's not, I don't know if that necessarily means that it is a university, but it very much does offer. So they don't have to be. I'm saying their age. It's not really that relevant. Maybe y'all don't care as much as I do, but I'm really interested in the lore of these two characters specifically. Anyway, Kunimitsu knows Reina's true name is Mishima, and Reina knows Kunimitsu is a phantom thief. Phantom thief. With their own secrets and equally matched abilities, the two acknowledge each other as exploitable assets, so it's just kind of a mutually beneficial relationship here. While outwardly pretending to be close friends, they build a dangerous relationship where they secretly investigate each other's movements. Despite their hidden agendas, Kunimitsu and Reina generally appear to be good friends. Players may find it intriguing to imagine the conversations they have. Yeah, I find it very intriguing actually. And then we have Kunimitsu in Tekken 8 story. And I was watching Fee's stream right before I recorded this video. I just happened to tune in when he got to this part of the blog post, and I'm gonna just roll the clip.
Thief. The two ultimately concluded that they could use one another. They decided to act as best friends on the service. Fuck! You're not built for this, little bro. I'll handle it. Shut up. Don't steal my I'm gonna post it first, and then everybody's gonna think you copied me. Think that anyway, but this time I really am.
Yeah, step aside. Let me show you how it's done. But first, we gotta set the mood. Yeah, that's more like it.
The Kunoichi Kunimitsu went undercover as a student at Mishima Polytechnical School to dig for information on the Mishima Zaibatsu, having accepted a certain mission. Playing the part of an honor student, she earned the position of student council vice president. With her new privileges, she stealthily obtained administrator access to the school server. Kunimitsu began scouring data for the whole student body, person by person, and discovered a student named Reina was using a pseudonym. Reina, on the other hand, already knew that Kunimitsu was a thief. The two ultimately concluded that they could use one another. They decided to act as best friends on the surface, while secretly trying to uncover each other's next move behind the scenes. Eventually, Kunimitsu accepted a deal from Reina. In exchange for linking G-Corp's invasion plans, Kunimitsu obtained the Quatatho 9 cursed blades. Several months later, when Kazuya Mishima declared that the king of Iron Fist tournament would be held, Kunimitsu spotted the name of Yoshimitsu, brother's sworn enemy, among the participants. Pushing for her bedridden mother's recovery, she quietly left the hidden village, carrying both the Quatatsu and the new technique she had acquired.
saying one take, light work, tight, tight, you feel me? But nah, that sounds pretty sick. I don't know if we're ever gonna get more DLC story for this game. Also, let me just go ahead and but I really hope so, because like I want to see more of this. I want to learn more about this, but probably not. We probably will have to wait until the next Tekken game, but I don't know. And I believe that is the end of the post. And yeah, early access begins May 27th, official release on June 1st. Your boy will be there on May 27th. Yeah, I mean, yeah, most excited I've been for a character in Tekken 8 easily. And I got asked, you know, am I dropping any characters? Will I just include her in the rotation? Funnily enough, ironically, I think for me personally, if I am going to drop somebody from my current rotation of like Reina, Huo, and Miyarizu, it would probably be Reina, just because she is the most difficult, most technical of the characters that I already play, and I already play Huo, who's a specialist character as it is. Miyarizu is really cool, really fun, and a lot easier to play. And Kunimitsu might also end up being another one of those characters where it's like she's not necessarily like difficult in terms of execution, but just is a bit more of a kind of specialist character. And I just feel like I'm just not a skilled enough player to where I feel like I can just have like 4 characters in my main rotation. 3 already feels like a lot for me. And I really like Miyarizu and Huo, so they're probably not going there. I mean, I like Reina too, but like I said, my Reina ain't that nice anyway. You know, I kind of just be playing her for the funsies. Yeah, Kunimitsu gonna be heavily in the rotate. You feel me? That being said, that's pretty much it for this video. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all this content I'm bringing you. With all that being said, it's pretty much off today. And remember, let's get happy to swing the bat. Later.